I get asked about random settings through the Classic UO client just about every time I stream. And as you guys know, I stream every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern right here on YouTube. So come check it out. Today's video, we're gonna go over all those different settings that I get asked to all the time. With that being said, guys, sit back, grab yourself a beer, and let's check out some Classic UO settings. Alright, the very first one we're going to talk about is actually the fact that when you first log into the game, your game window is going to look like this. That old school tiny thing that is just nobody can play on that, right? Well, anyways, you can click this little blue diamond right here and drag it all the way down. Yes, I do get asked about that quite frequently, so I definitely wanted to go over that first. All right, and the next one that I get asked about a lot is gonna be, how did you get your bag so big? So if you go into options and then you come down here to interface, you're gonna see container scale. Now right now I keep mine at 145, but obviously I can make it way bigger. I can make it teeny if for whatever reason I wanted to. I really don't know why, but you know. You can also do scale items inside container. I choose not to do that just because I like having the big bag and the smaller items. I do wish there was kind of like a bar that you could scale, you know, how much you want the items to grow with it. Another cool feature is if you go into video, you're going to see zoom, and you can enable mouse wheel for in-game zoom scaling control, and then the mouse scroll. So if you got a handy dandy little scroller in the middle of your mouse, basically a mouse from 1995 and on, then you can zoom in and out, set it however you want. And then you can have releasing control, restore scale back to the default zoom. I don't use that, as I use just different scalings depending on what I'm doing. If I'm boating, I'm going to be pretty far out. If I'm, you know, kind of role playing, I'm going to have it in close, or, you know, medium in a dungeon or whatever. All right, something you guys probably have already noticed is that I have bars under every single person. The way I get those are health bars, is by going into general, mobiles, it's the second one on there, show hit points, and then you can do line or percentage. You know, percentage will show the percentage above the name. Maybe if it was below, I might like that one, but I like it on, you know, right below. And then you can do mode always or less than 100%. And then that way it'll trigger on when somebody takes damage. What's really cool is, you know, where this comes into play is, let's say somebody's running, you're in a dungeon, he's running, and he's like low life, he's running from either a PK or a monster, and you can, you know, toss him a heal and get a thanks or whatever. Or maybe if you want to be a Richard, you can throw him a flame strike, put him out of his misery, and you know, be one of those guys. This one's great because it's gonna help you loot so much faster. As you guys can tell, the snow elemental's about to die, and right here, when he dies, boom, check that out. There's some gems in there and there's some gold. Now I could just, you know, drag it and pull it over, right? Or I can just simply, there's a scale if I for some reason only wanted to you know, loot a little bit, or I can just click it and it'll loot the whole thing. So very cool. As you guys can tell, it disappears after it's all looted. That's because under general, Gumps and context, you're gonna see grid loot. I have it set to both, and then auto close grid loot when there are no items. All right, you guys remember trying to grab people's bars? Like, I'm just trying to grab that guy's bar. It's hard, right? Let's grab this guy's. It's hard. Okay, well, check this out. I'm going to drag, and it's gonna create a box. Next thing you know, it's all up here, you know, and it anchored, as it's called. It's wonderful. Okay, so the way that you do that is actually you go into options, general, scroll down here to miscellaneous, and then you're going to see enable drag select to open health bars. Drag select modifier key if you want to. You can have a modifier on there. I leave it as none, that way it's simple. If you want to, you can select humanoids only, that way their pets won't be grabbed. And then you can even have the starting X and Y position. You'll have to play with that to figure out what best suits you, but then there's also anchored health bars. Now what anchored health bars means is is that they're all, you know, right here, I drag them as one. If I unclick, right, and we'll go grab this guy up here, well, it looks like they're still anchored. Oh, that's because I didn't hit apply. There we go. Unanchored, and boom. As you can tell, they're all separate. so I can drag one at a time. Personally, I found that it's easier to just grab them all and hit apply. As you make sure you have to hit apply, right? Boom. And then they're all right there. Simple enough, right? Really, really helpful. Now I better move before this wraith kills me. All right, this is another looting one. It is very helpful if you're doing T-maps or you're just looting something out of your, I don't know, some random bag in your house, right? Like this shepherd's crook. I just can double click it and it goes right over here. That's very helpful. This is helpful for when there isn't like a grid loot, like a corpse. It would be kind of like I was saying, a treasure map or something like that. But options, interface, double click to loot items inside containers. All right, check this one out. This one's a lifesaver. Literally, it will save your life. How many times have you been teleporting or trying to rope to get away from a PK or over a bridge or something, right? And you know, go too far and you get the that is too far away, or you felt like you could have teleported further. Well, this is gonna save your arse. If you go into General, Miscellaneous, Show Target Range Indicator, make sure that's clicked, and look at this bad boy right there. You guys see that 6 right there? That's showing how far, how many tiles away my cursor is. I know that teleport is 10 tiles away, so I can go to 10, not 11. I'm gonna go to 10, and boom, I teleport. Let's try that back this way. We're gonna go 11 this time, see if it works, and boom, it did not work, right? So, learn your spell range and put that bad boy on there and save your life. What are those little boxes over there? How do I get all my regents in a little box thing and the potions and random items? Well, those are called counters. In options, there's an option called counters. Checkmark enable counters. I personally like highlight on use, and then you can make them as big as you want. Mine are set to 45. I have 3 rows, 1, 2, and 3 of 8 columns, and this goes across 8, right? So 3 rows of 8 columns. And that is exactly how it's done. You can, if you want to, I can double click this mushroom and use it. I could double click this heal potion and use it. Obviously, you probably got some hotkeys set up for that, but either way, it is there. It's very useful, and you can, I mean, you can put whatever you want in there. And there you go, guys. There's some of the settings that I personally have found that have been extremely helpful for me, whether it be from somebody told me or I stumbled across them myself. I hope that you guys found something helpful in today's video. If you did, make sure and hit that like video, or just to help me out. That's cool too. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys, to all you channel members out there, Patreons, all you guys for watching this video. Really do appreciate it. Comment below some of the settings that maybe I forgot to mention or I just didn't mention. And who knows, maybe we'll make another video over those settings, right? But today's beer of the day, guys, is Angry Scotsman IPA. This one's so tasty. I really enjoy this one. The can is just cool as all hell. See, check that bad boy out. Kind of like me in a couple years. Well, it'll be a gray beard, won't it? But this is Angry Scotsman Brewing. I believe this is another Oklahoma beer. Citrus West Coast Spicy Pine. Pretty cool stuff. Either way, guys, thanks again for watching. Skål. Pwn Star Gaming out.